Everybody, and before we get to the intro, I want to let you know what to expect on this silver stacking episode number 7. We'll be talking about not only the gold silver ratio, we'll take a look at the gold and silver charts as well, just to see where we're looking in today's environment. We'll take a look to see how we ended the week on Friday, but also I want to get into the history of gold and silver. We'll see why it was started, or what civilization started using it, and just kind of like a breakdown through the decades here when we go through the 80s and 90s, and I'll let you see a little bit of history on gold and silver. And then we need to address one thing, though. I made a purchase using crypto in front of everybody. All we did was a quick study, showed everybody how to do it on Scottsdale Mint. We used when I was on BitGET. I bought Ethereum, sent it over through the Ethereum chain. So let's take a look at the purchase. So what we did on Scottsdale Mint is I used Ethereum, as I said, bought it live on the air. Ethereum had a nice little pump up as gold and silver was breaking down, so it actually worked out very well for us. So we bought the Ethereum. I showed you how to send it from just your Ethereum, from your wallet on BitGet, or your BitGet, where you hold your Ethereum. Showed you how to pay for it on Scottsdale Mint. And less than a week later, I got these, and they were 2020 reserves. So these are what I bought, the 10 1 ounces, 10 of them. And these were varied, so these weren't even new, but look how beautiful these are. These are sold back to them by somebody who bought them previously, and they just wanted to get money. I don't know why, only from 2020, not getting great value. So that's what we got here. And then I also had another question. Before I play the intro, I wanted to show this. Somebody asked me, well, Tom, what's the biggest bar of silver you have? And I'll show everybody on the silver stacking updates just the different quantities that I have. I'm not going to show you all of it, but I've shown you, the 1 ounce and 10 ounces and yada, 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 a kilo. So the biggest one I own, and I bought this beautiful piece using crypto from Scottsdale Silver. I'm not getting paid in any way by them. I don't even have an affiliate link. I'm just telling you what I do because I'm not looking to get paid for doing this. I'm just trying to teach everybody. That's a 100 ounce bar of silver. And you will know if it's legit because you have their barcode on the back as well. So if you get something that says Scottsdale Mint, but it doesn't have their barcode, it's fake. It's that simple. So we're going to play the intro. We got a lot to get through, but I wanted to update everybody on what we've talked about. And I like to answer questions before we get started. So make sure that like button is, it will really help push me through the analytics. The last stacker video we had about 300 views. So it was one of the higher view counts. One of them we had 500, but mostly we get about 250. So I appreciate the steady flow. And anybody who's new, I greatly appreciate you. Stick around for after the intro. Make sure to hit that like button. Good early afternoon. It's Saturday, February 25th, 2023 at 12:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Silver Stacker episode number 7, or Silver Stacking episode number 7. I greatly appreciate it, as you've already got a lot of information off the start. You've seen what happened with our purchase using crypto on Scottsdale Mint and how quickly it got here and how beautiful the piece looks. Well, the 10 ounces. And you got to see the 100 ounce bar of silver. So I greatly appreciate all the questions, and I continue to look forward to doing these updates, as my favorite and most passionate thing I do outside of crypto is my silver and gold. Mostly silver right now, but I still am approaching 5 ounces of gold as well. So, we have to do what we have to do. So gold sits at $1809.87, down $12.03, down 0.66%. We're looking at, let's do a quick look at the chart so that we can get through this, so that we can actually get into what I have in store. But we always have to look at the chart so we can see exactly what's going on. And I'm not updating it by pattern. I was just updating it by level. And right now we can see we broke the 2 uptrending supports we had, because I'm trying to keep it very basic and simple. Now that we broke the 1825 support, our next level is going to be 1796. But I firmly believe, and yes, we could get held up here as well. And we'll go deeper into the actual charting and not just the support levels. But 1725, if we break 1796, is on deck. And then 1680 is somewhere where I thought maybe we could come back down and revisit. But we're going to put on a whole grand pattern here. As you can see, there's a pattern within here, but I'm trying to keep it simple within the formation. But if we come down to the true next formation, it's actually all the way down here. And it could catch us here at about 1479. I don't know if we can get all the way down there, as we have a lot of major levels here. But if this is building a topping reversal or a topping pattern here, it could be something. But we also have to look to see if this is just another level of consolidation, because it's possible that now we came up here, we got this W up here, and if we come down and we break it to about here, we could hook up and ultimately find our way up in here. So a major thing we would have to break, though, would be way up here at that old high, and that's about 2140 roughly. It's a little bit lower than that, but that's essentially where it's at. It's about $2,100 if you want to pinpoint it. So that's what we're looking at for gold. There's a lot more in this pattern, but I wanted to maintain this key support areas, because if we break that, then we're coming back down here in the short term. It's something we're going to have to revisit, because this would be a failed cup and handle no matter how you look at it if you break down, and then you might have to revisit all the, it could get ugly. But this would be, let's say the US dollar goes up to 120, gold will be down here. Not 1100, but I think it'll be down here somewhere around 1500. If gold doesn't go way up, if the US dollar tanks, gold's going to do this, and you're going to find yourself way up there at some point. So, but either way, you're going to find yourself, whether you have more time to buy some more precious metals and it comes down here just to go up here, or if you lose out on a buying opportunity, it just comes up here. Either way is fine by me. I hope it goes down, because I've been collecting for 7 years, but that's not long enough for this game. Silver's at $20.75, got hit a lot harder, down 2.57% to end the week, or 54.5 or 0.548 cents. The gold silver ratio expanded as well. We'll get onto that after we look at the silver chart. And in the silver chart, you can see we have this downtrending resistance, uptrending support. We've got 3 different layers that we had. Broke the first, so now we can delete this. And now we're trading between the second and third. So we've got this resistance up here at about 22.40, but we're not even really worried about that right now, because right now if we break $20.38, then we got to come down to the third part of this fan, which is the actual uptrending support, which is actually the pattern formation and that's the uptrending support. And if you break that, then you got big problems. If you break 1868, then you have 1807, then 1629. But then it gets ugly if you start breaking those levels. So we'll just worry about these levels now. We're in downtrending resistance, uptrending support. This pattern is tightening. The apex moment is not until we get over here until about February 20th area. Not February 20th. Sorry, I'm being factually incorrect, and I do not like to be wrong when it comes to dates. March 18th. March 18th would be the apex moment. So we'll see if we trade within here during the rest of this pattern. But right now, this is what you're looking at for silver, so it could get choppy here. We've hit resistance now. Support would indicate we need to come back down to 1848, and then we continue on, as long as we stay in the pattern. And if that's the case, it's great, because that's good buying opportunities. But silver is continuing to fall a little bit harder than gold, which means our gold-silver ratio is back up to 87.186. A great time to start buying silver. We talked about it, too, how if this uptrending support held and we broke up out of here, we could possibly come back up and revisit 95 bucks on the gold-silver ratio. And you know what? Starting to trend in that direction, folks. I'm very, very happy. Because we can see exactly how our pattern's forming. And now, as long as we maintain this uptrend, as long as we stay over 85.983, we're going to continue moving up. There's not much in this area, folks, so just pay attention to that. We're going to be getting more and more deals on silver now. Why? People are like, well, if you love silver so much, why would you put it back into gold? Well, the truth is this bar right here is about 10 fucking pounds. So you start adding that up, and that's only 100 ounces. So you're talking if you have 1,000 ounces, that's 100 pounds in fucking silver you got to lug around. As compared to, an ounce or 100 ounce bar of silver right now is about 2,000. What's the price right now? Roughly 100 ounces, 2,075 plus fees. So it costs you $2,300. Well, it's actually, we'll just go based on the $2,075 for 100 ounces right now, based on spot prices. So you compare that to 1 ounce of gold that you could hold for $1,809. So you're talking about just over an ounce you need of gold in comparison to 100 ounces of silver. It weighs a lot different. Gold is so light. And not just because it's a lot lighter than silver. You don't need as much gold. You can have an ounce of gold and it's worth $1,809. 100 ounces of silver is only worth $2,075. It's a big difference, folks. So when you need to turn it back into gold, I suggest doing it at the 40 to 1 level or lower. That means whatever you buy here at 87 to 1, you could keep 47 ounces out of every 87 of your silver and give 40 ounces of gold to get an ounce of gold, which means you save 47 ounces of silver for yourself and you still buy an ounce of gold. That means you're getting half price gold, ladies and gentlemen. Best well-kept secret in the industry. Make sure to hit that like button as we go into these definitions, because I've had a lot of fun doing this update, but we're going to have a lot more fun as we talk about the terminology. It's going to probably be a 20-minute update, on silver stacking episode number 7. I would greatly appreciate if you share this far and wide, as it does really help push me through the analytics. And to get new people in here, you're going to have to help me. You're going to have to do your part by letting people see exactly what I put out here, and I do appreciate each and every one of you. And now for a little bit of information. I'll try to get through this in like 3 or 4 minutes so you don't have to sit here all day. But this is very important to me, so I think you'll appreciate this. And if you're buying gold and silver, don't you want to know a little bit about gold and silver? A little bit of why we use it and how it started? So gold and silver have been used as currency and valuable assets for thousands of years. The history of gold and silver can be traced back to ancient civilizations like the Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans, who used these precious metals to create coins, jewelry, and other items of value. In the modern era, gold and silver and jewelry, I'm wearing gold chain, and then another kind of jewelry I took it off my wrist. I have a gold or a silver, it's a silver chain or a silver bracelet. These are 0.925 silver, which means they're stainless steel. Well, so basically they're 0.925%, so 92.5% pure. So that's the kind I preferably buy. And it's a sterling silver, would be the right way to describe it. So, anyhow, in the modern era, gold and silver have continued to hold their value and are still used as investments as a hedge against inflation and economic uncertainty. Gold and silver prices are influenced by a variety of factors, including supply and demand, global economic conditions, inflation rates, geopolitical tensions, and currency fluctuations. And right now, a perfect example of currency fluctuations is how the US dollar now is up over 105.20. Let's take a look real quick. So the DXY is at 105.26. On the day, it rose 0.65% or was up 67.5 cents. In the last 5 days, though, the US dollar currency index has up 1.23% or $1.28. Over the past month, it's up 3.23% or $3.29.4. That means gold and silver is under a lot of pressure, and there you can see the direct correlation. When the US dollar currency is going up, it's not that gold and silver is becoming less valuable. It's that gold and silver is being affected by the hike in the cost of the US dollar. So if it's plus 105.26 and it used to be plus 103, that means the purchasing power is getting stronger for the US dollar, which means it'll cost you less to buy gold and silver just because the value of the dollar is up. Now, if the dollar was at 80, gold might be at 4,000 and silver might be at 100. You don't know. But with the purchasing power where it's at, gold and silver is under pressure. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing for us. Oh no, that's even the opposite. As it becomes more in our favor, you want to use that overinflated US dollar, trash money, and convert it into real money, gold and silver. You're getting more of a ratio and you're getting a better value. So, and then with inflation, you see how inflation's going crazy. The current global economic conditions is putting more pressure on gold and silver because more people want real money. Crypto is great, but that's not a store of value. Crypto is more a speculative. And if you know what you're getting into, like XRP and some of the other ones I talk about, especially XRP, it'll be a way to exponentially grow your wealth if you buy at the right times and bottom of bear markets. But that's another story for another day. During the 20th century, the price of gold and silver experienced significant fluctuations. The price of gold was fixed for many years, but it was eventually allowed to float in the 1970s, which led to a period of rapid price increases. The price of silver also experienced significant volatility, with a major spike in the late 70s followed by a steep decline in the 80s, which we've never recovered from, up to today, as silver is cheaper than it was several decades ago. Today, gold and silver continue to be an important asset for investors and are traded in markets all over the world. The price of these precious metals can fluctuate on a daily basis depending on various economic and geopolitical factors. Despite these fluctuations, gold and silver remain a popular investment choice for those looking to protect their wealth and diversify their portfolios. And the one thing you need to remember, even if you're spending, here I have a dollar bill in front of me, even if you're spending paper and you're turning it in, you haven't lost that dollar value. You're just storing it into a safe wealth. You're storing it into a safe value. So as gold goes up, because the US dollar goes down, right now, they're not ready to let the dollar die. And this is why I keep saying this is the greatest time in history to do this. Hopefully you guys have been doing it over since 2021, since I've been on the air. But for anybody who's discovering me for the first time due to the silver stacking series, I greatly appreciate you. Make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe as we approach 16,000 subscribers here on at the station, which I can't even believe. And also, share this far and wide. Get more people in here. Hashtag be better, do better is what I tell everybody. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And if this helped you in any kind of way, or try to give me an idea of what to do in the next update. What we're going to go into in greater detail in the future, we'll get into more in-depth topics. But right now, we need to cover all the basics. And I believe through the first 7 episodes, we've done a fantastic job. Have a blessed day, everybody.